And a very good morning to you. Welcome along to the Chris Reardon Show. This is United Kingdom Talk here on United Kingdom Radio. It's Thursday the 14th of October 2010 and it's just gone 4 minutes past 11 in the morning. I've already been up out and early today. Oh yes, I have been to the doctors this morning. And it was an early, well I say an early appointment, it was a 9:40 appointment, 9:40 in the morning, which may not seem early, so here we go. It's not early. It is early if you go to bed at 4 in the morning, isn't it? Yes, you know me, I work 24 hours a day, 7 days, I don't stop working anymore. That's all I do constantly, work all the time, and I've got to be honest, I love it. I love it. Why would you want to sit at home and do nothing? So, this morning, doctor's appointment, 9:40, which means I got up round about 9:15, had breakfast, down to the doctor's, 9:40 appointment, right? So, the board that's got all the numbers on it, I had a red ticket today, and it was on number 4, and she gave me number 6. And I thought, oh, well, I shan't be waiting long this morning then, I'm very pleased about that. So another bloke came in and I thought, oh, maybe number 5 is missing. Oh, no. The bloke after me, who came in after me, right, got number 5. I thought, oh, well, not to worry, there's only one person in front of me. So I sat there and I waited, and I waited. Oh, eventually, round about 10 o'clock, they called the bloke before me in, so I'd already been sitting there nearly just about half an hour now, because I got there right about 9:30. And then he was in there another 15 minutes. I didn't get in there till 20 past 10. I mean, why do they... I know that people take different time lengths in the doctors, but I just don't see how it always goes so far off the appointment time. I mean, it really does. If you've got a late morning appointment, you've got no chance at all, mate. You know, if you've got I don't know what the last appointment is, but if it's sort of, remember, at 20 to 10, the appointments were already about an hour, running an hour behind. So, I mean, if you've got a 12 o'clock appointment in the afternoon, I mean, you've got no chance at all, have you? You might as well go down to the doctor's, 12 o'clock, sign in, look at the numbers, and then go home for 4 hours. And then come back later on. Anyway, the reason I went down the doctor's was just to check that my chest infection had completely cleared up, which I'm pleased to say it has. We had the lovely Dr. Joe. I mean, that's not her, so I am apparently the only one that calls her Dr. Joe, because she is special. She's very, very nice, Dr. Joe. And I sat in there and she was quite pleased with that. She says, oh, I see you used to smoke. I said, yeah, it was a long time ago, about 20 years ago. So she wants me to do I think it was a spirograph. Perhaps someone can correct me on that. Is it a spirograph? Well, apparently, this spirograph will indicate whether I've got any damage due to smoking, okay, or it is just plain old asthma. Apparently it can tell the difference between the two. Now, as with all these test things, or anything that's ever done to my body, I never ask exactly what they're going to do. I think you leave yourself, you can worry yourself senseless if you know what's going to happen. I mean, a good example is this, and I've mentioned this before, is a dear old lady that I know. Her name's May. She lives quite near here, and she had the eye, what's it called now? The eye operation where they take the lens out and put a plastic one in. What's that called now? Cataracts, that's it, cataract. She had a cataract, well, my dad had a cataract operation as well, but I didn't really talk to him much about it. But May had a cataract operation, and I said, how was it? She said, Chris, it's wonderful. You were in there only, she said, it took them 7 minutes to do this operation. 7 minutes, that's all it takes. She says, but I wish I'd never read the leaflets, because it goes into detail of what they're going to do to the eye, cut it open and this, that and the other. And you don't want to know these things, do you? You really don't want to know these things. Years ago, when I had a burst appendix, I had ongoing trouble with my stomach then, and they sent me in for to have a camera shoved up there. You know, how awful. Honest. And again, I sat there and I listened to what they were going to do, and I wish they'd never told me. No, when you're going to have something, take my advice, okay? If you're going to have something done to your body, right, then just go in and let them do it. All right? It's better, you know, even if they tell you then and there, right, we're going to do this, this and this, you've only got 30 seconds to worry about it then before it's over and done with. Otherwise, you can have weeks and weeks of worry. Just go along with it and don't find out about all these things. My friend Wayne, the ones who used to be a butler, he says, oh no, he doesn't agree with me at all. He thinks it's best to find out all the different things so then you can choose all the different options. But they know best, don't they? I mean, Wayne has to take pills in the morning, similar to myself, and he reads. He sits there and reads all the side effects. I mean, it's the worst thing you can do. I guarantee you read those side effects, and you'll have every single one of them by the time you've finished the paragraph, dear. You really will. Anyway, so down the doctor, she said I need a Spirograph. Now, I've just got a message here from Terry Turner, who's with us live this morning. Good morning, Terry, who says, first of all, he says, am I the first message E? That's a good word, isn't it? A message E. Am I the first message E this morning? Yes, you are. Good morning, Terry Turner. He says, Gavin is here as well. Good morning, Gavin. And we're going to Starbucks very soon. Oh, please. What a blooming waste of money that is. £2 for a cup of tea and all that business. Have you gone mad? Here, hang on a minute, Terry. You're supposed to be a bit short of money. Why are you going to Starbucks? Huh? I tell you what, I used to have a friend who lived around here, Dave. He's moved now. But once a week, he used to come round here and we would go to Starbucks, right? And I would have a cup of tea and a ham and cheese. It's like a panini. That's it. Oh, I don't know, dear. Some Italian thing. Ciao, ciao. That's all they say. I love that Italian. Ciao. When we get someone Italian in at one of my karaoke nights or discos. That's an old word now, isn't it? Discos. I always say, ciao, we have Orlando from Italia. Ciao. Yeah, so I had one of those, and he would have a cup of coffee, both large, a cup of tea and a cup of large coffee, and a cake. And you know, 10 years ago, this came to £11. And at first I kind of just, you know, I can afford to do this, that's fine, and I would just pay the money. But eventually I thought, hang on a minute, this is £11. That's 44, hang on, let me get my calculator. I've always got a calculator standing by, just in case someone's going to rip me off, dear. Hang on, 1 minute. Where are we now? Right. But, so, you know, £11... Well, actually, it's quite easy. That's £11. Now, if we were to go every week of the year, once a week, minus 3 weeks for holidays, so that's 49 weeks, £539 a year on tea, coffee, a cake, and a cheese and ham panini, dear. That's a holiday. It's a blooming holiday. Terry, I don't get that, mate. I don't know why you're going to Starbucks. You see, a lot of young people make this mistake. They're all short of money. But won't go down to the supermarket and buy a loaf of bread and some ham or a bit of cheese and butter. You know, loaf of bread, right? Loaf of bread, okay? Let's work it out now. Loaf of bread, £1. Okay? For Americans, double this. I don't know what your food prices are there. Oh, can we just say good morning to Zach in Australia? Good morning, Zach, who's with us this morning. He stays up, I say he stays up late. What's it? It's about 9 there, I think, in Australia. Good morning, Zach. Welcome along. Wayne, got to say good morning to Wayne, who reminded me to hit the record button, and it's a good job you did because I hadn't hit the record button. And of course, Gavin is with us as well. Gavin, do not let him go down to Starbucks. Oh, hang on a minute, another message here from Terry, who says, got to spend that voucher. Well, the point is, Terry, if you've got a Starbucks, where did you get a Starbucks voucher from? Did you win that in a raffle? Did you go to a church fete and win it on a tombola? Oh, how wonderful are those. We love a tombola, dear. We love a tombola. Huh? Or was it the raffle? The local school raffle? First prize, a £5 Starbucks voucher. Dear me. Huh? You know Mikey Holt? Mikey Holt is a regular listener to this programme, who does nothing but slag off United Kingdom Radio now. But I don't care, I still like you, Mikey, don't worry. You slag us off as much as you like. Have you checked the podcast numbers? Go and check those and then continue slagging us off. Please feel free to. Paul Edwards, I'm never led by numbers, I'm telling you that now. But we have suddenly seen a huge increase in the people downloading certain podcasts. I have to say to you, not one of mine, unfortunately. They hate me. Oh, they hate me. They hate me, right? Hang on, let me just see this. Look, Paul Edwards on United Kingdom Radio. Now, he's got a new show time, 7 till 9 p.m. on Sunday nights he does now. Paul Edwards, look at this. His last show, 213 downloads. Way hey! Does he win the prize for the biggest download of podcast? I think he does, actually. Stephen Parker, who's on Tuesday nights between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m, 139 downloads. Wonderful. Even Suko, who does nothing but moan about her download. No one listens. No one ever listens to me. No one download. 99 downloads. Stop blooming moaning, Suko. Moan, 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 moan. 99 downloads, dear. Well, you must be doing something right. Sean Riches. We love the Sean Riches show. I've got to tell you, it's got to be possibly my second favourite show here on United Kingdom Radio. Sean Riches, Friday nights, okay? No, Saturday afternoons, 5 o'clock UK time, 127 downloads. Brilliant. You're all doing very well, boys and girls. All those downloads, if you miss any of the shows, you can always go to unitedkingdomradio.co.uk and click the download podcasts button on the left. Okay, unitedkingdomradio.co.uk, click the download podcast buttons on the left. This particular show, United Kingdom Talk, has its own website, and you can download shows from the last 5 years by going to unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. We'll open the phone lines a little bit later on, okay, and the Skype as well. Yes, back to Mikey Holt. He's actually got a Starbucks car. No, it's not a Starbucks one, is it? Costa Coffee he's got. Costa Coffee, Starbucks, they're all the same, dear. All the same, charging you an arm and a leg for a cup of tea. Mind you, Terry Turner did find a bargain when he came to visit me a couple of weeks ago to set up the software for the radio station. Oh yes, cup of tea outside. Now, what was the name of that cafe? Was it Lolo Cafe? Jolo? Solo, that's it. The Solo Cafe, right outside Bracknell train station. Cup of tea, £1. Yeah, fair enough. That's okay. I don't mind paying £1 for a cup of tea. Anything over that, and I'm a bit miffed, to be honest. That's a good word, isn't it? Miffed. A bit miffed. And he's going to Starbucks. He's going to Starbucks. He's got a £10... Is that what your sister got you for your birthday? A £10 Starbucks voucher. So, will that all be spent on you, Terry? Or are you going to take Gavin out as well for that? Huh? What are you going to do? He's going to have breakfast. Well, you won't get a lot for £10. What, for both of you? £10 for both of you. Breakfast in Starbucks. What you going to have? I don't understand these continental breakfasts, do you, Terry? Awful. They go out, they have a glass of oranges and a croissant. I mean, what are they? Croissants. Nasty little foreign things, dear. Horrible. It's not even proper bread, is it? Horrible thing. They sit there, they're so posh, aren't they? Have you seen them first thing in the morning in London? Huh? They sit there. The Americans have got the right idea for breakfast. I'm telling you that now. The English, all these people in London, they're sitting there in Starbucks. Every morning they got their cup of coffee and their croissant. Croissant. Sitting in the Starbucks window so that everyone can see them as they're walking by. iPhone on the table, probably by now. A few iPads dotted around as well. And a croissant. And they got their coffee cup with their hand with the finger sticking out. And they got the croissant with the other hand and the fingers there. And it all looks so... I don't know if it's a fashion thing, really. How can you call that breakfast, eh? How can you call that breakfast? A cup of tea and a blooming croissant. Richard in London says, is this what I've tuned in for? To hear you moan about the cost of things again? Mr. Chris Victor Meldrew Reardon. Well... I don't know, Richard. And by the way, Richard, we'll have the cabaret on at 11:30, please. 11:30. That's a private thing. You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? So, do you do that as well? A cup of tea and a croissant, or a coffee? It's not even English, is it? How can you call yourself English? Well, you're sitting in the window at Costa Coffee with your cup of coffee, and croissant. Come on, have yourself a proper breakfast. The Americans have got the right idea. Now, I don't know if these are all over the States, but certainly in Florida, there is a brand of kind of restaurant cafe type thing called Dennys. That's where you have breakfast. You have eggs, you have bacon, you have sausage, you have baked beans, and you have toast, and you have pancakes, and you have maple syrup. That's a breakfast, dear. That's a breakfast. That'll keep you going for a while. You just sit there with your blooming croissant from France, dear. Oh, it's awful, isn't it? Anyway, so I found to see, Terry Turner, how you are going to feed both of you, knowing your appetites. I mean, you did help me sit here and consume 3 multi-packs of Walker's Cheese and Onion Crisps a couple of weeks ago. You think you're going to go down to Starbucks with your £10 voucher and get 2 breakfasts? I don't think so, mate. You've gone mad, dear. Go down to the supermarket, get your bits and pieces and have yourself a proper fried breakfast if that's what you want. All right? I don't know what my doctor this morning would have said if I'd have told her that I have a proper fried breakfast every morning. Terry is going to have for breakfast a caramel cream based frappuccino each and a slice of lemon cheesecake for breakfast. God's sake, Terry. Have something proper. Can you have something proper for breakfast, please? If you don't mind. Anyway, so as I say, I don't know what my doctor would say if I was saying I'm having, a fried breakfast every morning. But I've got to go back there next Thursday in the afternoon and have I'm sure it's a Spirograph I'm having. Something where you breathe into tubes and things like that, so that they can tell, is it proper? And I haven't got a problem at the moment, I just want to point out, to see if it's proper asthma or it's lung damaged as caused by smoking. She said, but I would have thought that's quite unlikely, because that is 20 years ago now that I gave up smoking. Best thing I ever did. Give up smoking. It is. Best thing. Terry says, I thought a spirograph was one of those things that kids use, a pinnacle and a stencil type thing that goes round and round. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I remember the toy you're talking about was like a round thing with like grooves in it. And you got another smaller round thing with holes in it, and you put your pen in and you went round and round this circle and did lots of pretty patterns. I had one of those as a child. Oh yes. I quite enjoyed playing with that. No, that wasn't that sketch. No, that was Spirograph. Oh, I wonder what it was she was talking about then. Does anyone know? No idea at all. No idea. Thank you, Terry. Now, don't go. Don't go. Wait until 12 when I've finished, and then go down to... Have you got a Morrison's near you? They do a lovely full English breakfast and cup of tea and 2 bits of toast, £5.25 or £5.45, something like that. Eh? I think you should do that. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to have done down the doctor's next week. A Spiro something, I don't know what it is. A Spiro something or other. And while she was there, she did my peak meter test. I have one of those asthma peak meter things with me today, and I thought I'd do a live, so you for yourself, because I don't want you to sit there worrying about my condition, okay? I don't want you to, you know I take pills every morning at 12 o'clock, right? But I don't want you to sit there, I know probably when I finish this show, you sit there worrying, oh, I wonder how, I bet you do through the day, don't you? I can understand that. Through the day you think, oh, I hope Chris is alright. Do you ever think that to yourself? Because actually while I'm doing my things around the house or down the swimming pool or down the shops, you know, I do get like tingling sensations when you are thinking about me. It's true. Okay, so I'm now going to do a live peak meter test. Now I think you're supposed to stand up with these, but if I stand up you won't, you know, I'm away, so I'll try and do it sitting down. Okay, a live peak meter test. Here we go. I've got to blow quickly into this little thing. Just a minute now. Here we go. 1 minute. Are you ready? It should be around above 500. When I had my chest infection, it was only 300. I mean, it was on my way out, dear. I'm telling you now. And it was bubbling noises in my chest and everything. Here we go then. You ready? Oh my God, 450. I'm on my way down. No, perhaps I need to stand. I think I need to stand up for this. Just a minute now. I've got to stand up. Here we go. The peak meter test. There we are. 500. Do it again. Do it again. 500. There we are. My peak meter test is reading 500 on the scale. Not dying yet. I'm sure you're pleased to hear that. Terry says, is it a spinal graft? No, it's a spine. Nothing to do with the spine, dear. It's a... I don't know what it's called now. Anyone know? We must have a doctor or nurse listening to the show today who can tell us what it is. Dear me. Wayne says, we'll be able to watch properly in 25 minutes, busy at this end. Well, that's okay, just listen. You don't need to watch the show. It is primarily a radio show, okay? Zach in Australia says, you must be one of those funny people. Well, pardon, what do you mean? Well, often people do point at me and, Mummy, there's that funny man. I don't know what they mean by that. Oh, sorry. You say, ha, you must be one of those funny people who have to find a bargain to be at peace with yourself. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily, although... I have saved quite a lot of money this year. I will come on to that in a minute. Don't rush me. Don't rush me. Have I told you everything about the doctor? Yes, that's it. Told you. Dr. Jo. She's very nice. Very nice. Gavin says, Dad has one of them. What, one of these peak flow meters? Has he got one of these as well? Very important for asthmatics. Good morning to Vicky Gannon in the US of A. That's it. A spirometer. Spirometer, thank you very much. I think it's a spirometer. I'm sure that's what I'm having done next Thursday. But you see, when I went in for that with that chest infection, because of that asthma as well, it kind of complicates matters a bit. So she put me on this steroid inhaler thing, which is like a you know the blue asthma inhalers. It's like one of those, but it's brown. And I now have one puff in the morning. Okay, and one puff in the evening, and that over a period of time it builds up, and within a week I was no longer using my blue inhaler, and it's very, very good. I have had no asthma whatsoever since I've gone onto this brown inhaler, so it's brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant. So it's everything is functioning within normal perimeters. Now, Vicky is sending me a Wikipedia thing. This is the one, that's the one. Okay, a spirometer. It's probably spirometer, isn't it? A spirometer is an apparatus for measuring the volume of air inspired and expired by the lungs. It is a precision different pressure transducer. Oh, I like that word. Transducer. Do you like that word? For the measurements of respiratory flow rates. The spirometer records the amount of air and the rate of air that is breathed in and out over a specified period of time. Thank you very much, Vicky. Much appreciated. She says she's got to go. Glad to hear you are all healed from your chest infection. Yeah, good luck, Vicky. Do join us. I've just looked over at the Skype. And I've noticed Richard in London, his photograph on his Skype. Blimey, that's an old photo, isn't it? God's sake. How young do you look in this? You got hair and you're slim. No lines on your face. Mind you, got no lines on your face now, have you? Eh? I wonder why that is. Have you managed? It's funny, you know, when I first met Richard in London, he's a drag queen. He's got his own website. Let me find the website for you. Just a minute. Let me just check it's this. I'm guessing here. No, that's not it. Oh dear. Let's do a. Let's see how well you do on Google, shall we, Richard? Have you ever Googled me? Go and Google me. Thousands of pages, love. Oh, right at the top of the list. Well done. Okay, www.Titti La Camp. Have a look at this, boys and girls. TITTILACAMP. Okay, TittiLaCamp.com. TITTILACAMP. And that's it. TittiLaCamp.com. And she's got a website there. One wonderful top class drag person. And years ago, when I first met her, she had lots of, like a smooth face. Then she got lines, and then the lines strangely disappeared. I don't know how she did that. On to the phones. Good morning. Who's on the line?
Hello, Chris.
Good morning.
Hello, how are you, mate?
And how are you? Who's that?
I'm fine. I just turned the computer down.
Who is that?
That's Paul in Lowestoft.
Eh?
Paul.
Paul. Good morning,
Yeah.
Paul.
I was just catching up with some of your podcasts,
Yes.
and you're saying about the inhaler.
Yes. Have you got one of those?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Where
I can't
are
wait
you?
for the computer because I'm getting feedback and it's putting me off.
Who's getting feedback?
on the laptop.
Oh, okay. Where
Yeah.
are you? Where are you, Paul?
I'm in Lowestoft in Suffolk.
In Lowestoft, yeah.
Pardon?
Where are you?
Lowestoft.
Lowestoft. Oh yes, I remember
Yeah.
you. One of my
Yeah.
play radio people you were, weren't you?
That's right.
That's right. Hello, Paul.
Yeah. I don't know what they told you about the inhalers. The drawbacks is you can get thrush
Oh.
in
What?
your mouth.
What, between the legs?
Regular asthma clinic. And she said about this, she said after you've had the brown inhaler, to make sure that you rinse your mouth out.
Well, you get thrush between the legs?
No, in your mouth.
Oh, I was going to say for a moment. I thought that was a women's disease. Mind you, oh no, I don't want to go there really. Go on.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's what she said. You've got to make sure that every time you have your inhaler, you rinse your mouth out to make sure you don't get these little white spots in your mouth.
Oh, right, I'll keep an eye out for that then. So
I'm surprised that wasn't mentioned to you.
What do you do? Just rinse your mouth out afterwards? As easy as that, is it?
That's right. After you had the brown inhaler,
Okay.
to make sure that you have a good old rinse out.
Oh, I don't want thrush in the mouth. They will be wondering what I've been doing, dear.
Well, you'll be wondering what these little spots are. And something else which you might like to catch up on is pontins.
Pardon?
Pontins.
Paintings?
Pontins. Holy camp.
Eh?
Pontins Holiday Camp.
Pontins, okay.
Yeah.
What phone are you on there? It's a very cheap phone you've got, dear.
Oh no, I'll come back to the base station.
Oh, right, is that what it is?
Yeah, how's that?
That's better, yes. Come closer, come into the light, Marianne.
I thought it was your end.
There's nothing wrong with my end.
Well, so you keep saying.
Thousands of people can't be wrong. Get on with it.
Right, Pontins.
Yeah, Pontins holidays, yes.
You went to Hemsby, I believe.
Did I go to Hemsby? Yes, I think we did, yeah, because the last couple of shows we've been talking about Pontins holiday camps.
Yeah, well, I think that's no more. I think that's shut.
Oh, is it really?
They've catered to building a better facilities at Lowestoft at Pakefield.
Oh, okay.
So
that's a
they've
shame.
the one at Hemsby to improve the one at Pakefield. I don't know whether you've ever been there before.
So they sold that one to improve to get the money to improve the other one, I suppose. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, another thing, I'm off to London in a couple of weeks.
London.
To see Priscilla. The show.
Oh, you will love it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you. You will, in particular, like the beginning of the show. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I say. That's all I say. You will love it. I hope you got good seats, because when I went with my friend Keith, we had a good seat. Don't get me wrong, we had very good seats, but we were right at the front of we could see everything. Okay, the sound, the lights, everything amazing. But we were sitting at the front upstairs, and we had less room there for our legs than you would at the back of an economy seat plane. It was all really bad. I mean, my legs were jammed up against the front of this concrete. It was
this in the dress circle?
Yes, it was the most uncomfortable theatre seat I'd ever sat in my life. It was awful.
Yeah, well, I did some reviews. I can't remember what side it was to see where the best seats were. But obviously they're all gone because people must read the reviews as well. But I got further up the dress circle. I'm away for a ticket, about £60 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm about halfway up the dress circle. So hopefully...
Oh, you'll probably be all right. It was only the front seats which had the best view, but unfortunately no leg room whatsoever. They put those seats too close to the wall there. But fortunately, if I wasn't enjoying the show, it would have played on me a lot more. You know, I would have had to get out. But because the show was so good, and you will love it. The show is so good, it kind of took my mind off it anyway, so it didn't really bother me. You didn't really notice it until you got up for the interval, and then sat back down, and then you realised just how little room you had. You know, if you're a bit overweight, you know, you know, a little bit overweight there, sitting there, I don't think you would have got in that stall, to be honest. You know.
Oh, okay.
So the thing is there, you know, you go on a diet before you go and see the show.
Yeah, well, I'm not that big.
Eh? Oh, well, you'll be all right then.
I'm slim as a rake.
When are you going?
On the 28th of October, I'm taking the wife. She wanted to see it, so I said I'll take her to the show. But I've actually said that I couldn't get them tickets for that show, so she thinks she's going to see something else. But when we get there, that'll be a bit of a surprise.
That is brilliant. Are you just up there for the one night, or are you spending a day, or what?
2 nights, because I've always wanted to go to Chinatown to have a proper Chinese meal up there.
Oh, well, so, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of Chinese restaurants, and it's always busy up there. Chinese food, not my cup of tea at all, but have a wander around Chinatown. You'll see, I mean, awful things like ducks hanging in the window. I mean, it's just awful. Oh, it's not me at all that business.
Yeah.
And,
well, the other thing she wanted to do was go to St Paul's Cathedral, right to the very top. I've done it myself.
Oh yes, the Whispering Gallery.
Right to the very, when you come out onto the dome. That's a bit of a journey up there. I don't know whether you've ever been up there.
Yes, I have, yeah. My mate Wayne, who used to be the butler, he actually lives very close. He can actually see St Paul's Cathedral out of his window because he works in one of the posh offices around there. Yeah, he actually lives there. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, it's all right around there. What about a little shopping trip? Why don't you have a look around Harrods?
I think she wants to go to Covent Garden. That's one of the places where she usually wanders to when she gets up there.
Lots of market stalls.
I can't be going on the London Eye. I've emailed you before about that.
Yes.
And they went on there, and that was a bit nerve-wracking, I thought.
Yes, I went on there about just over a year ago now, and I didn't enjoy it at all. As soon as that door closed, I thought, I really don't want to be on here. However, that being said, if you closed your eyes, you wouldn't know you were not on the ground.
Yeah,
I mean, it really is that stable. You can't feel anything moving at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is that good. So, but the thing is, you don't get a second opportunity to get off.
Yes, that's right. Once you're on the way, that's it.
That's
but
right.
I found the bit that was the worst was when you're going over the top, just coming from the ground, going round. Once you've got over the top bit and going down again, I felt all right.
Yeah, I was exactly the same. As it was going up and up, I was getting more and more nervous. And of course, you know, you start thinking you're going to have an asthma attack. And I'm like, and of course, there's nothing wrong. It's all in the mind.
Yeah.
But the moment it starts coming down, I was fine. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, that's how I felt. But they said if you enjoy flying, you'll enjoy that. But I don't mind flying, but I didn't enjoy that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, go up, because I've got to say, you know, the views from the top are amazing. Yeah. Absolutely amazing, those views from the top of that London Eye.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
they
what
really
I was looking
are.
at, 'cause I didn't want to really look down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So anyway, that's what I've got planned. I'm on holiday next week. It's a couple of days off now, so that's where I'm going to make for. Hopefully the weather's all right.
If you get time, have a wander around Harrods. You don't have to buy anything, you know, but have a wander around Harrods. That's the wonderful thing. Oh my God, dogs!
Anyway, Chris.
Shut those dogs up. They're frightening my cat. Go, bye.
Anyway, catch you later, man.
Oh my God, you frightened my cat. All that barking going on like that. Yeah, thanks for the call. Nice to hear from you, Paul in Lowestoft, down there in Suffolk. Wayne says, I think caller may have you on the radio in the background. He could hear an echo. Yeah, I think that was the cause of the echo. Some people would say it's something else, but it's not. Gavin has never been to London. Why is that, Gavin? I would have thought Terry Turner had taken you on one of his business trips to London. I can't believe it. Why comes you've never been to London? Go down to London and have a look around, Gavin. Lots of places down there. And don't go in any Starbucks. All right? There's an email address. Let's have a look here. Email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right? If you're listening or watching a recording or indeed live and you want to join in by email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Candy Cane Baxter is with us this morning. Good morning, Candy Cane Baxter. Have you ever thought about doing your own podcast, Candy Cane Baxter? And another one from Miss LaQuisha Jones. Two people that I work with on Sunday. Some people think it's the same person. I can guarantee it's not. It's two different people. I can see the Candy Cane Baxter podcast every week. And I'm being quite serious. Think about it. Candy Cane Baxter and LaQuisha Jones as well. Tips on such things. LaQuisha Jones could come on here and give you tips on such things like shoplifting, claiming benefits, suing people. Fantastic advice that she could give to you on all of these things. Okay? Have a think about that. Thank you, Candy. Nice to hear from you, darling. See you Sunday. Couple of more messages coming in here. I think oh, Holly Blue has put a message for Titti La Camp. Titti, you could be the theme of a new reality show. I'm not quite sure what's... Oh, is that on your wall? Oh, hang on a minute, I'm getting confused here. Sorry. Getting a bit confused there. There we are. Sorted. Right. Now, if you're with us live, it's 20 to 12 on the 14th of October 2010. Okay, if that's the time where you are now. Coming up to a quarter to 12 on Thursday the 14th of October 2010. You can join in live. We have a Skype in. The Skype username is United Kingdom Radio. Okay, all one word, United Kingdom Radio. Or we have a phone-in number. It's a local London number. The phone-in number is 020 3287 1488. Okay? 020 3287 1488. Any of those methods of communication you want to use right now. You can also write in. Now, I did promise to give you the postal address on the show last Tuesday, and we ran out of time. So here it is now. If you ever want to send anything in, nice little cards, and I do put cards up on the wall behind me. Those of you that watch the show, you can watch this particular show as well as listen. Just go to unitedkingdomradio.co.uk and hit the watch button. I put the cards up that you send in on the wall behind me, and the postal address is Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, RG12. Oh, hang on a minute, is that right? No. RG42 9ED, okay? Once again, Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, BRACKNELL, RG42 9ED, United Kingdom. Don't be shy. Send something in. Alright? This particular show, if you are listening or watching a recording, is live at unitedkingdomradio.co.uk on Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 11 o'clock UK time, and also Saturday afternoons at 3 o'clock UK time. Zach in Australia says he's very amused by me and Starbucks. Well, I don't see how they can have the audacity to charge so much for a cup of tea or coffee. You know. And do you know how many calories there are in one of these cups of coffee? You've got the coffee is sprinkled with cream and chocolate and everything. There's a whole roast dinner, dear. You'd be better off going to a carvery, you know, one of these many carveries, like, let me think, Crown Carvery, or, who's the other one in the UK? Toby Carvery. For either £3.50 or £5.50, whatever they are, you can have a full roast dinner for the same calories as you have a one blooming coffee in Starbucks. Now, come on, what would you rather have? In fact, now that I've mentioned it, I'm really tempted to go and have a carvery today. But I've got a little bit of work to do in the house. Yes, I have. I've got a few bits and pieces to do. I have already been on the phone this morning and complained to Sainsbury's supermarket. Now, I don't know what it is about Sainsbury's, but I've always never really liked going in there. I do go in there quite a bit. Well, I've got one just up the road from me here, and it is the closest supermarket, other than the vile Aldi, which I really hate. I hate Aldi. No atmosphere, very cheap prices, yes. No atmosphere, staff that haven't got time to talk to you. Hate it. Hate it. Sainsbury's, I don't know what it is. I've never really liked it in there. Anyway, only yesterday morning, well, I discovered, boys and girls, a Sainsbury's supermarket trolley at the back of my fence. I mean, what is Bracknell coming to, eh? Shopping trolleys left outside the back of my fence. Probably some naughty young people have been wheeling each other around in these things, you know, going from place to place, banging into trees and things like that. Poor trees. So I'm not happy. Not happy. Last week, I mean, it gets even worse. Last week, I was in the town centre one morning, quite early, about 11, I say early, about 11 o'clock. Right? And there were people, can you believe this? There were chavs. Boys and girls, there were chavs of varying different ages. Don't think chavs are just good-looking young males in tracksuits. They are all ages. And I think there was a whole family of them the other day in the middle of Bracknell Town Centre with cans of Tennant's lager. 11 o'clock, and you've never seen anything like it, dear. And I swear one was a father and son. They were sitting on the bandstand, okay, with cans of Tennant's. 11 o'clock in the morning. What's happened to Bracknell? It used to be such a posh place. It really did. Not only that, but I'm now finding supermarket trolley outside. So I rang up Sainsbury's yesterday morning. A very polite person answered. No, it wasn't an Indian call centre. This was a real English person. And let me tell you, it's something when you find a real English person on the phone who's polite. It really is. Very polite. Thank you, sir. Can you tell me where it is? So I told them where it is. Okay, sir, we'll get that moved very quickly for you. Thanks for reporting it. Thank you very much. Phone down. Okay? So now and again, I peered out of my window, waiting for this to be removed. It didn't get removed. I went to bed about 4 o'clock in the afternoon for a couple of hours sleep. Got up, it was still there. This morning, I've left it. I left it till about 11:15. Good morning, Zach. I'll put you on hold for a second while I finish your story, okay? And I'll be with you. Zach in Australia. Stay there. Quarter past 11. No, about 11:15, and I rang up Sainsbury's again. Got through to this woman. Well, I'm sorry, she was a bit sharp on the phone. I said, can I report it? I said, I did report it yesterday, it's out there. Oh, she said, well, sometimes we can't move them quickly. There's only one person, you know. And I thought, oh, that's not customer services. And I thought, well, I said, I wouldn't have complained. I said, but I did report it yesterday, and I was told then that it would be removed very quickly. Okay, thank you very much. And she put the phone down. I'm not happy with her at all. So a bad mark against Sainsbury's there. What do you think of your supermarket? Zach in Australia. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Zach. Hello. Have I lost you? Zach, what's happened to you? Are you there? Zach! I can hear him, listen. He's doing something else and he listen. Zach, come back! Come into the light! No, we've lost Zach. Here he is. Zach, is that you? Where have you gone? No, couldn't hear that. Never mind, not to worry. Perhaps he wasn't actually calling in. So now I wonder. Let me just check if that supermarket trolley has been moved yet. Oh no, it's still there. It's still there. So do you know what I'm going to do later? I'm going to take a photograph of that supermarket trolley, and I may have to send that to the council, because they come down ever so hard on them, dear. They do come down very, very hard off these people. Right, just coming up to 9 minutes to 12 o'clock on Thursday, the 14th of October 2010. I want to share, well, you know already, of course, the fantastic news that the miners have all been rescued. What a marvellous day that was yesterday. I'm sure most of you saw it, and I have to say, the excellent BBC's news coverage on the whole miners' rescue thing. Zach, are you there now? Hello, Zach?
Oh, working now?
Oh, I've got you now, yes.
Hello?
We couldn't hear you before. Good morning,
brilliant.
Zach.
Yeah.
Morning. All right?
Yeah. Hey.
What you got to say? Anything in particular this morning? Can you
I just on you in Starbucks and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Are you a Starbucks fan?
Not real. I like the jokes that they keep on talking about. They have Starbucks everywhere.
Well,
they even have a Starbucks in a Starbucks sometimes.
They have a Starbucks in a Starbucks.
Yeah, they joke about that sometimes. Like, on the,
I'm not a fan of all these chain. I mean, it's blooming expensive, Starbucks and Costa Coffee for a coffee or something like that. Don't you find?
Yeah.
Is it a place?
Mark, have you ever? Sorry.
Go on, you go.
Oh, have you ever heard of Gloria Jeans?
Gloria Jeans?
Yes.
No. What is it? Is that jeans? Is it or what?
No, it's a coffee shop.
Okay, let me have a look on the internet. I'm sure there'll be something on the back. Gloria Jeans Coffee has become a coffee icon with 900 stores. No, never heard of this. Oh, is this Australian?
Oh.
Okay,
it started off Australian.
Tell me more.
Well, they have the best coffee in the world.
Oh,
listen.
This is their website. How lovely. It's a picture. Ha! It's a picture of... How do I turn the sound off? Can I turn the sound off? And it's a picture of 2 coffee cups, sort of right angles to each other, with little birds floating. Glorious coffee. No, I haven't heard of that one. Are they just the same as the rest of them, though? Expensive?
Oh, they're not too expensive.
Aren't they? No, I'm not trying to glorious. Actually, now that you've mentioned it, I do remember seeing a couple in Sydney.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
How much was it then, do you know?
No, I don't. I think I saw one on Oxford Street. I'm sure there's a glorious coffee on Oxford.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, next time when I'm there in January, I shall try a glorious. Do they sell tea in there as well? Because I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, they do.
I'll get a cup of tea. I will go in there and do a report from there, I think.
Okay.
Zach, were you watching all the miners rescue on the television over there, were you?
Oh, no, I've been following it, but no, not really.
Oh, absolutely amazing. Well, yesterday, did you get BBC News 24 or anything like that?
No, we get a... No, we get our own on ABC News 24.
ABC News 24. Okay, must be a similar thing. Well, BBC News 24, they had this rolling coverage which just went on, and the coverage of it was really good. I mean, really good. The pictures, and you saw these miners coming up in this little pod. And can you think of anything worse?
Oh, okay.
You know, as being stuck down this dark hole, you know, and stuck down there for months. And even worse than that, and I thought worse even than that, was having to get into that tiny little capsule and be dragged up the top through that tunnel. And I just had visions of someone getting stuck. I mean, what a way to go, isn't it, eh?
Yeah.
Have you got any fears, Zach? What do you fear?
Oh, I don't know. You think about it. It's like, you know,
being stung by one of those blue bottle jellyfish, perhaps. Blue box, is it? Box blue.
Oh.
You got that?
How about when they warn you about it, then you go and do it?
Yeah. I mean, that miners thing on the telly was just amazing, the way they got them all out like that. And in super quick time as well. Was it 20 minutes they were being dragged up in that little tube? Oh, that would scare the life out of me, I tell you what. And you know, after sort of 6 or 7 miners, that little capsule that we're in was starting to look rather battered, and I kind of wondered to myself if it was going to make all 33 of them. Is that a job you'd like to do, mining?
Yeah. Oh, not really.
No, me neither, mate. Anyway, how are you today? You at school? Okay. Are you at school later or what?
No, I've been at school already.
Oh, of course. Yes, I keep forgetting what time it is there. All right, Zach. Thanks for calling, mate.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. No worries.
All right. You have a good evening.
Yeah, you too. Have a good day.
Yeah. Cheerio, Zach. Bye-bye, mate.
Okay, see ya.
Bye-bye now. There we are, Zach in Orange in New South Wales. There is a little bit of a delay when we do the Skypes right over the way in Australia, of course, right? So that's why sometimes, you know, there's a bit of a gap between what I say and then all to do with satellites and things like. Don't ask me what it is. Do I look like someone who understands technology? I don't think so. How are we doing on time? We've got about 3 minutes left. Hello to Paul again in Lowestoft, who writes, "Hello again, Chris. Sorry, had to go so quick during the conversation. Forgot to ask, have you had a flu jab yet?" No, that's on Saturday. I've got to go to the doctor's surgery. They're doing a walk-in flu thing, okay? So that's between 8:30 and 11:30 on Saturday. I will be having a flu injection, so thank you to tell me about that. I had mine yesterday with regards to shopping trolleys. Did you get the pounds coiner? Do you know, I never thought of that. There might be a £1 coin in that trolley. Well, I'm straight downstairs after I finish this show then. I'll tell you that now. There might be a £1 coin left in that supermarket trolley. Eh? Well, you've got to look after yourself. I'm always looking at floors to see if anyone's dropped anything. You know, I found 20 quid the other week. Oh, yes. I literally stepped out of my car onto a £20 note. How fantastic is that? Never happened before. I think it was a real one anyway. Well, they took it in the shop. Terry says, take the shopping basket back yourself. It's how can you take a basket? It's not a basket, it's a trolley, dear. Gavin, it's a trolley. I can't be wheeling a trolley all the way up to the supermarket. They won't give me anything for it. Will they give me something for doing that? That's a half-hour push. It's a half-hour push. Have you ever been wheeled around in a shopping trolley, Gavin, by your parents or anything like that? I bet you have, haven't you? Huh? Did you have your little legs dangling in the back of that trolley? Sorry, I'm not taking a mick. I'm keeping an eye on the time. We're nearly out of time here, boys and girls. Terry says the councils collect the trolleys and get £100 for each one. Is that right? Well, I better come and collect this one. I'm going to take a photo and send it to the council now. Time for me to go, boys and girls. Thank you very much for joining me. Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk is my email address. Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. I'll see you again Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock UK time. Thanks very much for joining me. Got myself, Chris Reardon. Bye-bye now.